the Grand Alive. This is Coffee with Will, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Grand Ron Hospital, anythingdigital.com, EONI, and See Bright Dentistry. And I'm here today with Denise Wheeler, who is an EOU professor of theater, as well as the director, co-director of Seven Brides and Seven Brothers? Director of Seven Brides and Seven Brothers, which is currently showing at the Elgin Opera House, and she's here today to talk with me about theater and herself and all sorts of other fun things and drink coffee with me. Thank you so much for joining me today, Denise. And even when you are sick, trooping it out here and coming out and having a conversation with me. So thank you so much for being here today.
You bet.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about your favorite theatrical experience? How long have you been in theater?
Oh God, let's see.
I mean, I don't mean to date you or anything, but like you've obviously been doing this for a while.
Oh God. Oh well, since I've been 16, I'm almost 60, so that tells you a while. I've been doing it for a long time, and when you ask me that question, it's almost hard to pin down because there's been so many.
You mean the favorite theatrical experience?
Right. I mean, there's been so many theatrical parts that I've totally
It really is an unfair question. Like whenever someone asks me which my favorite book is, but it's like I can't answer that. But I still ask it to you just because I'm cool and I have double standards.
He does. He can ask anything he wants.
Yeah, exactly. It's my
show. I would probably say 3 favorite roles were Ruth in Pirates of Penzance, because that is hilarious.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not ever heard of that.
Okay, we plan on doing it again sometime, and I probably won't play that role, but it is an awesome role.
Awesome.
I love being in Noises Off. That is an incredible role, and also Amnesia in Nonsense. I
have heard of Nonsense.
Okay, and I've played that role probably 3 times.
Oh, okay.
And what's awesome about that role, you could never get too old for that role, which is great, which I like. But also, I think one of my favorite theatrical parts is actually directing and choreographing and seeing the kids perform. You get this proud, I would say, mama moment when the kids do so well. Your heart just swells with pride, and you just feel so proud of them, and you just feel like, I would just say, a mama's moment, that you just feel so good for them, that they achieved the best that they could do. And I would say that's probably a great theatrical moment for me.
So you gotta see these people that you're directing as a little bit like your kids.
Yeah, you do, actually.
Which, comes with all sorts of, you have the good moments where you feel proud of them. You have the other moments where you're frustrated with them because they're not, doing what you want them to do, or they're goofing off too much.
Yeah, you feel, okay, they are like your children, because then you feel frustrated when they don't reach their potential, when you know that they can do better. And yeah, I guess you do, as you get as old as I am, you start treating them like your kids, I guess you do. Because you do get frustrated if they don't reach their potential. Then you get excited when they do reach their potential. So I guess you do treat them like your kids.
Absolutely.
I guess that's the mama in me, I guess.
Now, that being said, let's talk a little bit about the current play that you're doing, because there's quite a few kids or young adults in this play, Seven Brides and Seven Brothers, correct?
Correct.
It's sort of a play that's about 7 brothers that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they get a little bit horny and they go and they steal a bunch of wives. That, from what I understand, is kind of the premise of this play. So tell me a little bit about this play. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but what is this play?
Basically, you're right. Okay. Okay. So they kind of follow the Salmon women, Roman ancient times. But basically, it is about the brothers. Millie and Adam are basically kind of the leads, but basically it is a story about the brothers. And they are up in the woods. Millie teaches them how to have etiquette. And they go basically down to the town. They meet these women, and they want to marry them, but they don't
Which,
know how.
is actually a really honorable,
Right.
first impression. Most guys,
Right.
when they meet women, the first thing that pops into their head is not, I want to marry you.
That's right. But they want to marry him, but they don't know how because whatever. And so Adam has this book and he goes, well, just go down and take them, and but you got to bring a preacher because this is Oregon and this is God-fearing country.
This is God-fearing country.
And
If you're going to kidnap them women, you got to do it under the side of the lawn.
That's right. And you got to bring a preacher so you can marry him and everything. So, of course, in the thick of things, they forget the preacher. And so what's going to happen? So Millie is totally upset.
Sure.
Okay? So the boys are banned to the barn with the rest of the animals because that's what she thinks about them. Okay? The girls have to stay in the house. Well, Adam is really upset. And so he leaves. He goes up to the Upwoods cabin. And so they have to make it through the winter. Okay? And the girls are in the house and so forth. And slowly but surely, Millie lets them start to court the girls. Well, of course, it's a musical, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody starts to fall in love with one another and everything. And of course, it's a musical. Everybody,
Sure.
It's going to be a happy ending.
It's going to be a happy ending. We're not having any Titus Andronicus.
Oh, heck no. And anyway, so it's all nice, great music. It's fun music. And so it all comes down, and Adam comes down, and he's going to say, okay, I'm going to take these girls back. It's the winter's gone through, and of course, the girls don't want to go back. The guys don't want to take the girls back. So then there's this big chase scene, because the girls are running away from the guys. Because the guys are going to take the girls back because they don't want to fight the kinfolk because the kinfolk are going to come back and rescue the girls. And so there's all this big chaos and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden there's a big chase scene and then everybody's on stage and all of a sudden they hear this baby cry. And of course Millie at this time had a baby because Adam and Millie were married.
Sure.
It kind of pretty much follows the movie.
Yeah.
And everything. And then all of a sudden, everybody stops and they go, okay, who's this baby? And the preacher says, it's okay, girls. We're all mothers and fathers. It's okay. You just let us know who it is, whose baby it is. And all of a sudden, the girls all say, it's theirs.
All of them say that it's
All
theirs.
of them says
Every
it's
single
theirs.
one of them.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, blackout. Okay. And so
this sounds like a quintessentially Old Testament hillbilly drama.
it is. And it's hilarious. And it's so fun because you get to see all the development of all the characters and how it all develops. And it's just good, clean fun. And it's just so fun.
Sure.
And so anyway, obviously, they all get married.
Of course.
All of them get married.
Yes.
And it's just a lot of fun. The music is fun. And just what the guys go through and their frustration because they're out in the barn and the girls are in the house.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be very frustrating, especially if they just went through all that work to kidnap them.
I know.
But, hey, Millie is, she's
Millie's in charge.
she's the one that's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this kind of brings to mind for me, I talked with your husband a little while ago, and one of his favorite types of plays is musical, fun, sort of goofy. Are you similar to your husband in that way, that you enjoy the sort of goofier and funner side of theater?
Yeah, Ken and I are basically into relationship musicals, and that's the same way we are in plays as well. We love relationships. That's kind of what we go into. Because life is all about relationships and how they evolve, how they move, and how they shift, and things like that. And so Ken and I are basically into relationships. So that's what motivates us in theater.
So how does that, maybe can you give me an example of how that kind of manifests in this play, Seven Brides and Seven Brothers? How do you guys, what relationships are you playing with in this play?
Well, you play with the relationship between Millie and Adam, how they first meet and how they first connect. Millie at first does not, she's had opportunities many times for opportunities for marriage, but she never took them. Why? You know, and you find out why throughout the play. Why don't the brothers ever come to town before? Well, you find out because every time they go into town, they bust it up. Well, why? You know, why are they so rugged, but yet they have hearts of gold? And you find out a little bit about them, you know, and their relationship and how they interact with Millie. And you find out that these guys are really incredible guys. They're just really rough around the edges. Yeah. And Millie actually takes them and molds them and lets them know that what is acceptable and what's not acceptable.
It's okay for you to want women, but it's not okay to run into town and drag them by their ponytails out here and marry them.
Right. You don't go around with a bear trap and try to catch one.
Yeah, you got to woo them, you know? Like, we got to do this the right way, the natural way.
Right. There's certain etiquette.
They have to choose to be with you.
Right. There's certain etiquettes. You just don't go, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, and so there's a lot of things that, you know, there's social norms that we need to follow. Even society today, there's certain norms that we need to follow.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that being said, that's super, super cool. We're kind of running out of time here. So if I want to leave, and I want you to kind of turn to that camera right there, and I want you to tell Le Grand Alive, what are they going to take out of 7 Brides and 7 Brothers that will make them come to the play?
Well, if you come to 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, it will be one of the most wonderful musicals, actually, that you will always remember. We did this about 10 years ago, and it has been one of the most requested shows to redo, and we're doing it again because people requested it over and over and over again. But we wanted to wait. I directed it 10 years ago, and I choreographed it and costumed it, and I just wanted to wait again for a while to whet the appetite, I guess, again. And I think the time is right to do it again, and we're doing it again just for you in this area. And I think this is a show for the whole family, and it's perfect for the summer.
Especially for you boys out there who have always dreamed about going to town and kidnapping a woman. Come to this play.
That's right.
And learn why maybe you should do things a little bit more the long-term way.
The etiquette way.
The etiquette way. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. I really appreciate you coming in and chatting with me.
You bet.
And thank you, Le Grand Alive, for tuning in. This has been Coffee with Will with Denise Wheeler, brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Grand Ron Hospital, anythingtodigital.com, EONI, and our longtime sponsor, Seabright Dentistry. We really appreciate all of these guys. Please like and share the video and stay tuned to legrandalive.tv for more local content. I'm Will Bowman.